they are actually appealing to Roman property law that indigenous tribes never ascribed to.
We're counting down the major stories of this week.
That's right. We're moving on to story number 8. The Obama Presidential Center opens. Now, the former president's celebrating with a big opening ceremony this week, but things took an awkward turn after Obama Foundation CEO Valerie Jarrett kicked off the event with a land acknowledgement ritual, which many are mocking. Let's take a listen.
We'd also like to take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of the land upon which we are gathered today. We honor the Anishinaabe, the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi nations.
Oh boy, these land acknowledgements have become a left-wing routine to commemorate the Native Americans who once lived on that land. To talk about it, let's welcome in host of Turley Talks, author of America Awakens, Steve Turley, alongside political strategist, former Trump special advisor Catalina Loff, Republican strategist and founder of FreePressFail.com, Corinne Clark. Thank you all. What a way, Corinne, to open an $800 million presidential center with the land ritual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of seems absurd that they are doing this land acknowledgement to show them how much they care, but they didn't care enough to not actually build the presidential center on that land. So I think they're not really that committed to the cause, but that seems pretty typical for this crowd. I also heard Obama pretending to be quite the unifier at this event, which is just more lip service because we know he was a very divisive president. So I think he's staying pretty consistent in just talking and not meaning a lot of what he says.
Yeah, Corinne, let's take a listen to the former president speaking at the opening ceremony.
In the newly independent United States, there will be no kings or lords, no serfs or subjects, but only citizens.
All right, Steve, they never want to let go of the King's commentary, and they try to insert it everywhere, don't they?
I just can't I don't know what you're doing. You ruined my weekend. I was so happy today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I need therapy after this. Honestly, it's absurd. I mean, if you think about it, what they're doing here, especially with this land acknowledgement stuff, is they are actually appealing to Roman property law that indigenous tribes never ascribed to in order to slam the very civilization that gave us those property laws. You know, so it's the height of hypocrisy in all kinds of ways. You actually have to appeal to Western civilization and its glorious norms in order to rally against it. But can I make a comment? I'm a bit of a classicist.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Can I make a comment about the visual monstrosity that we're all looking at?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Indeed.
Okay. All right. So you see all these books behind me. All right. I did a lot of study on the Roman architect Vitruvius. Now, he understood that buildings are arguments, right? So their architectural aesthetic style persuades without words, one way or another. And what is the argument that Obama's presidential center makes? I mean, it's hulking, windowless, brutalist towers squatting on the ruins of one of the most beloved historic parks in Chicago. It's the architecture of a soulless, sterile, administrative
it looks like
state.
Lex Luthor's lair.
Which summarizes the ritual that they had.
Corinne, what are your thoughts on this design and this land commemoration?
Well, Catalina probably has some thoughts as well.
Oh yeah, Catalina, go ahead.
Steve, you're absolutely right. And Corinne, you know, I'm from the outside of Chicago in a suburb, and I'll tell you, Chicago is one of the most beautiful architectural cities in the world, you know, next to New York. And that area in particular is so beautiful. You know, the University of Chicago looks like Hogwarts, you know, straight out of Harry Potter. And Steve's absolutely right. You have this brutalist architecture now, which is a physical manifestation of Obama's ideology, which is communism. And he was arguably the most divisive president in our lifetime. And now you have this example. This is a monument to himself that shows he wanted to completely make the entire area ugly. And this is exactly who he is as a person. I think I saw a picture too of he and the Bushes and Clintons and the Bidens, and it was a picture of the uniparty and exactly why our country has been going downhill for the last 30 years until President Trump saved us. This is who he is. He's divisive. It's all about cultural appropriation, and this was his only moment that he could remain relevant in the public eye. So I hope he took advantage of it, but I'd be so grateful if this guy is off our TV moving forward.
Yeah, Lex Luthor's lair, Soviet architecture. I think those are all good descriptors. Catalina Loft, Steve Turley, and Corinne Clark, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.